Hey guys, today I thought I'd do a recent pickups video because I've not done one in a while, and I bought a few games off eBay recently, and over the last 2 months on my Steam account I bought a few games as well, so I'll talk about them first because they're digital downloads. Hotline Miami is the first game I got, which I absolutely love. Oh, ambulance is going by. Yeah, I absolutely love it. The soundtrack in it is one of the best soundtracks you'll hear all year. Um, Uh, the gameplay is really violent. It's like the old Grand Theft Auto games on the PlayStation 1, that bird's eye view, and you're just going through these different rooms in these houses, and you're smacking people with baseball bats, shooting them, the blood splatting everywhere. It's like a love letter to retro gaming fans. I also picked up FTL Faster Than Light, really fun game. You can play that for hours. It's a lot of fun. I also picked up Intrusion 2, which is a platformer. The platforming is a little bit floaty, it's not the best, but I really love the art style on it. And that was the reason I picked that one up. What else did I get? I also got Super Brothers Swords and Sorcery EP. Really unique game. Never played anything like it, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. Definitely go and check that one out. It's a really let's just say different game to what you've played before. The name of that one is Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP. Type that into YouTube or Google and just take a look at that. So let's get on to what I got from eBay over the last few days, because I got some really cool games. First up, I got Resistance Fallen Man. I absolutely love the Resistance franchise. Played every game except from excuse me. Played every game except from this one, because when the PlayStation 3 first came out, I was, I didn't pick it up. I had an Xbox already. I had no need to, because at that time there wasn't really, the Xbox was actually getting all the exclusives, ironically, at that time. So I just stayed with the Xbox until the price was lowered. I got the PlayStation 3 about 2 years after it came out for Christmas when they released the Slim, and yeah, I've always wanted to go back and play this game, so I picked it up. It was $3 on eBay. The Resistance franchise, I think, is one of the most underappreciated PlayStation franchises there is. It sells well, but just not great compared to other big name games, and it's a shame because the stories in the games are amazing. The enemies in it, the Chimera, are just so much fun. They're just really cool if you're if you're into sci-fi. The weapons in the games are what really sells these shooters for me. They're just brilliant. Everywhere you go in the game is the scenery, the whole world of Resistance. It's just great. I absolutely love it, and all the weapons are really satisfying to shoot. One thing about this game, I really love the front cover. It's one of my favourite front covers I've ever seen on a game. I just love the fact in the Resistance logos they always have like the famous landmark of the city the game's set in. Like here they've got a Big Ben in the A, because the game's in London, in the UK mostly. I really love the washed out kind of dull colours, just showing the wasteland of the battlefield here, and then you've got the soldier's helmet, and you realise when you look at the skull that this is not a human, this is some sort of alien creature that's fallen in battle, and you realise that it's on the planet Earth and we've been invaded by this creature here, whatever it is, and it just makes you want to play this game and find out what it is. So yeah, I've always wanted to play this first one because I've played all the other ones and just love it. Next game I picked up was Enslaved Odyssey to the West for the PlayStation 3 as well. I played the demo of this. First of all, let's just say the reviews for this game are always positive. Every review I've seen has been great, been about an 8 or above. I've never seen anyone say something negative about this game, and the reason I'm picking all these games up is because I'm trying to go back and play a lot of the games in this generation before we get into the new generation. A lot of the games that I've had to skip mainly because, you know, there's just too many good games coming out at the same time, and that's why I didn't play Enslaved, because at the time I played the demo and I thought it was okay, but I thought there was better games out there, and I passed it by. And you know, now I'm going back and I'm picking up for really cheap, and I'm getting to play all these amazing games. The one thing that put me off Enslaved was, for this type of fantasy game, I really like when you can explore the world a little bit. Not like a sandbox game, but just have different branching paths where you can maybe climb up this wall, or maybe choose to go underneath here, or maybe choose to climb over this to go this way, and you can choose your way around the environment to get to the next area. But it seems like, from what I've played of it and what I've seen online, it seems like it's really linear. And I don't mind linear games, but just for this type of game, I really wish you had a few more choices. It just seems like they're kind of forcing you to climb up this pipe, or you have to use this tree to climb over here, or you know, and I thought that was a bit of a letdown. The story is what people say is really good, so I'm really interested to see that. The graphics were really nice, and yeah, definitely want to play that. Next up is Vanquish. I didn't get this because at the time I was living in Thailand when it came out, but I remember downloading the demo, and the demo was so much fun. I've always wanted to go back to this. The gameplay is just fun. It's that simple. The game is so much fun that that's all that you need. But on top of that, the graphics look amazing. The animation on the suit, all the little tiny bits, the movements of the suit, and when you're changing weapons or shooting and stuff, it's just insane to watch. I love all the weapons in the game, the enemies. You know, it's really cool game and a lot of fun. And I'm so glad I'm going to be able to go back and play this now. And I got this one for I think I got Resistance for £3, this one for £4, this one for £6. So you know, it's nothing. You know, it's getting to play all these great games now because for so cheap. And next up for the Xbox 360 is Binary Domain, and this is probably one of the biggest shocks I've had this generation. I played the demo when it came out, but there was too many other good games coming out, and the demo was a bit like, yes, nothing that I've not played before. Why am I going to go and spend £40 on this? You know, I'm going to go buy another game. But yeah, I was so wrong about this game. I'm currently playing it right now. I'm almost at the end. The thing that shocked me most about this game, and I'll say it straight away, is the story. It's got one of the, in my opinion anyway, I just love the story in this game. There's so many parts of the story in this game that are really gripping, and you really enjoy it. You know, it's got those kind of jarhead characters, you know, the muscle guys who are a bit silly, but in this game they seem to work really well, and you seem to care about them. And the whole thing with the robots and the hollow child, I'm not going to explain too much because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it's just such a great story. And on top of that, gameplay, graphics, sound, weapons, all fantastic. I love everything about the game. I'm so kind of pissed at myself that I couldn't see how good this game was, but maybe the demo just didn't show the game, represent the game very well. Yeah, so I'm just really enjoying that, and I think it's actually one of the top 5 most underrated games of this generation after playing it. And I'd really advise anyone to go and try it out. And finally, I got a game that I've been so pumped to play almost as much as BioShock Infinite, and that's Far Cry 3, but I've been waiting until I had enough time to spend like a good few months on it, and I feel like, you know, I'm going to have that time after I finish Binary Domain. I've been playing BioShock, you know, Binary Domain, what was I playing before BioShock? I was playing a couple of games before that they all seemed to be like really dark and really intense and, you know, very dramatic, and I just want to go into Far Cry and just see that bright tropical island and just, you know, see the beach and, you know, see all the lush greens and see the sharks in the ocean. Oh, I'm so fucking pumped up to shoot sharks in the fucking head. You have no idea. I've been begging games to put I've been begging GTA to put sharks in the water just to please me for so long now, and they haven't done it. And the shark attacks look really realistic in this game. It looks really scary, you know, when they just kind of hits you from behind the camera. And it's because I've watched some gameplay online as well. I got this edition because one, you get the Lost Expeditions expansion missions, and you get the Predator pack, so more animals to hunt. But also because this is one of the best covers I've seen, like the Resistance one, on a video game ever, in my opinion. If you actually look at it and you think about it, it's deceptive. You know, you've got the beautiful tropical island there, and then what it's basically saying is underneath that initial beauty, you see the reality of what's on this island. It's, you know, the skull under the water. It's death and violence and, you know, evil underneath that initial beauty. And you've got the shark swimming through here, and I just love this cover. And yeah, so that's what I've picked up, guys, these games and the ones on Steam. And yeah, what I can tell you guys is I obviously the only one I've played so far is Binary Domain, and I've got to say, guys, it's just such an underrated gem. Please go and just get the game for cheap. I got it for £6, I think, brand new, factory sealed, and the game is just blown me away. The story, I can't emphasize that enough. The story shocked me so much. I thought it was just like a little cheap, low budget game that, you know, I wasn't going to enjoy. It's got a real arcade feel to it. It's almost like it's a Dreamcast game. The way the menu is, the way you select your team members, the upgrades in it are so much fun as well, you know. I love the way when you shoot in these enemies, you know, the bits of the metal and scrap fall off the enemies and split apart. And, you know, it's just such a good game. And the thing with Vanquish and Binary Domain, if you notice there, anything with the Sega logos on there, I am always going to pick up, because anything Sega publishes or makes seems to be, doesn't seem to sell in huge numbers, and it seems to always be like underrated gems. You know, they seem to have so many good games, Sega, that like these two, that, you know, go unnoticed because of the huge list of AAA games. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you at the next video.